1966, Ebby was sober, but living as a dependent at a recovery center in upstate New York. Bill regularly sent him checks to keep him going. Why did one man remain sober and another fall down? The difference pivots on Bill's definite chief aim. Lois Wilson, Bill's wife, explained in her typically understated manner the difference she saw between the two men. In so doing, Lois illuminated the power behind having a single, paramount aim. After those first 2 years, why did Ebby get drunk? It was he who gave Bill the philosophy that kept him sober. Why didn't it keep Ebby sober? He was sincere, I'm sure. Perhaps it was a difference in the degree of wanting sobriety. Bill wanted it with his whole soul. Ebby may have wanted it simply to keep out of trouble. Bill wanted it with his whole soul. Remember that sentence. It contains an extraordinary truth. Within the parameters of physical possibility, you receive what you want with your whole soul, whether inner truth, career success, riches, relationships, whatever it is, excluding some great countervailing force, and for either good or ill, the single thing that you want above all else is what you get. That is the bargain life gives us. Transcendentalist philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote that the key to power and achievement is found in concentration. He did not mean mental concentration, although that is an obvious virtue, but rather the philosopher meant focusing all of your thoughts and efforts on one specific, well-defined aim. Here is how Emerson put it in his essay, Powers and Laws of Thought. I recommend that you write down this passage, place it somewhere you can regularly see it, and refer back to it frequently. The secret of power, intellectual or physical, is concentration, and all concentration involves of necessity a certain narrowness. It is a law of nature that he who looks at one thing must turn his eyes from every other thing in the universe. The horse goes better with blinders, and the man for dedication to his task. If you ask, what compensation is made for inevitable narrowness, why this, that in learning one thing, you will learn all things. People make excuses why they cannot act on the one thing that they long to do. They cannot possibly make a living at it, or they don't know where to begin. Money concerns are important, and we will deal with them in the chapters ahead, particularly Chapter 4. But the foregoing statements are often alibis for inertia. You can always begin something. In 1964, the spiritual teacher Jiddu Krishnamurti conducted a series of dialogues with young students in India. The teacher spoke of the dulling effect of conformity and the need to live by your own light. A boy asked him, "How can we put into practice what you are telling us?" Krishnamurti replied that if we want something badly enough, we know exactly what to do. When you meet a cobra on the road, the teacher said, you don't ask, "What am I to do?" You understand very well the danger of a cobra, and you stay away from it. Krishnamurti noted, you hear something which you think is right, and you want to carry it out in your everyday life. So there is a gap between what you think and what you do, is there not? You think one thing, and you are doing something else. But you want to put into practice what you think. So there is this gap between action and thought. And then you ask how to bridge the gap, how to link your thinking to your action. Now, when you want to do something very much, you do it, don't you? When you want to go and play cricket or do some other thing in which